For my shawl, I used this Funfair Swirl DK that I got from the Knitting Network in the UK. Okay, it is, this colorway is beautiful. It's called Waltzer, color number 001. This is 150 grams, approximately 450 meters, 492 yards. It's 100% premium acrylic. You can machine wash, lay flat to dry. It suggests a 4mm knitting needle. It doesn't show what a crochet hook would be. It'd be around there or a little bigger. So I used a 4.5 throughout this whole project, including the border. And I used one whole cake, plus about maybe half of another cake. This yarn reminds me of the Hobie Horizon, but this is a lot less expensive. Now this is a DK, so that's a equivalent to a 3 weight. You can use whatever weight yarn you want, whatever fiber you want for this. From pretty much all of my designs, you can do that. I think this would look incredible in a 1 weight. I think it would look so classy. I think it still looks classy, but yeah, you could use a 1 weight, a 2 weight, a 3 weight, a 4 weight, and it would look amazing. You can use a solid color if you like. That would look amazing too. All right, let's give you the measurements. So from here, this is what goes against your neck at the back, and then this would go down to your waist or hips, however long you want it. Before blocking and before the border, it measured 17 inches. From there down to here, which is 43 centimeters. After blocking, it measures 20 inches from the top to the bottom, which is 51 centimeters. Okay, and then from side to side, which is part goes around your back and then around your front. That's pretty long. Before blocking, before the border, it measured 49 inches, which is 124 centimeters, or 1.25 around there meters. After blocking and the border, it measured 54 inches, so it put on like 5 inches, or 137 centimeters, which is 1.37 meters. So you make yours the size you want. I give you the multiples in the tutorial. We're working crossways, so make it the size that you want. This stitch requires a multiple of 10 plus 5. Now I'm just going to do a sample here, but for my shawl, I chained 200 plus 5, and that would be the part that goes around your back and then around your front. Okay, and then you make it, whatever size you need to fit you. All right, so multiples of 10 plus 5. So I'm just going to do a sample here. This is going to be a 2-row repeat. You will be repeating rows 2 and 3. Okay, so let's start on row 1. We're going to double crochet into the 5th chain from the hook. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Double crochet into the 5th chain from the hook. Okay, and then we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. We're going to skip 4 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4. In the 5th one, we're going to do as follows. Now this is called a trefoil, but I think we'll call it flowers. that's okay. All right, let's start our flower. We're going to have 3 petals. All right, so first thing we're going to do is put a single crochet into that chain, and then we're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then single crochet back into that chain. Okay, that's our first petal. Chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Into that very same chain, make another single crochet. So now we have 2 petals, chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and single crochet right back into that same chain. Okay, we have 3 petals. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that's our first little flower design. Then from there, we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. We're going to skip 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 into the 5th chain. Okay, skip 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 into the 5th chain, make a V-stitch. So that is a double crochet, chain 1, and another double crochet in the same chain. Okay, so that's what it's going to look like for this row. So we're going to repeat what we just did with both of these stitches, the flower and the V-stitch. So we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. We're going to skip the next 4 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4. Into that 5th one, we're going to make another flower. So we put a single crochet, a chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, a single crochet into that same chain. So that's our first petal, chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, single crochet in the same chain. So now we've made 2 petals, chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, into the same chain, make a single crochet. So we've made our flower with the 3 petals. Okay, now we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, going to skip 4 chains, 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll go into the 5th one, 1, 2, 3, 4, the 5th one with a V-stitch. So that's a double crochet, chain 1, and a double crochet. So that's what it's looking like. It always looks a little rough, I find, in the first row, but then it starts to look nicer later, so no worries. All right, we made our V-stitch, then we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Going to skip 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, go in the 5th with another flower, a single crochet, chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, put a single crochet in that same stitch. Okay, it's 1 petal, chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, go in that same stitch with a single crochet. So now we have 2 petals, chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, go in that same stitch with a single crochet, and we're done our flower with the 3 petals. And then we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and when you're at the end of your chain, you need to have 5 chains left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we're going to skip 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the 5th, the very last chain, you will put a V-stitch. Okay, that's a double crochet, chain 1, and a double crochet. Okay, so let's take a look. Okay, so that's your first row. Flower, V-stitch, flower, V-stitch, flower, V-stitch, and so on. Okay, so that is row 1. Now we'll go to row 2, which is the first of the 2-row repeat. What we do at the end of row 1 is we're going to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Going to turn our work around, and then we're going to, because we're working into a V-stitch, we're going to make a flower. So what we need to do is put a single crochet into that V-stitch, and then we're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a single crochet back into that V-stitch. Okay, we're not going to make a complete 3-petal flower. We're only going to do 2/3 of it. We're going to just make the 2 petals at the beginning of this row. Okay, now you want to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. So the next section we have is our flower. So we're going to simply put a V-stitch into that center petal. Just put a V-stitch. So it's a double crochet, chain 1, and a double crochet. Okay, we have our flower, 2/3 of our flower at the beginning. We have our V-stitch. Oh, sorry, I think I bumped the camera. Then we're going to chain 3. We are always going to chain 3 between each of our little designs here. So the next stitch we're going into is the V-stitch. Now we're going to make a flower into that V-stitch. So again, that's single crochet, chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, single crochet back into it. It's our first petal, chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, single crochet back into that V-stitch, and that's our second petal. We have 1, 2, we need 1 more, chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and single crochet back into the V-stitch, and then we have our 3-petaled flower. Okay, chain 3, 1, 2, 3. The next part is our flower. So in that center petal, we're going to make a V-stitch. Double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. Okay, then we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3. And we're to our V-stitch. So we're going to put a flower in the V-stitch. Single crochet, chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, single crochet right back in that V-stitch. It's our first petal, chain 4, single crochet right back into our V-stitch. That's our second petal, 1, 2, chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, go right back in that V-stitch with a single crochet. And we've completed our flower with the 3 petals. Okay, chain 3. 1, 2, 3. We're up to our flower, so we're going to put a V-stitch in that center petal. Double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. Okay, chain 3. And at the end, we have this V-stitch, so we're going to put a flower in. We're going to put 2/3 of a flower into that V-stitch. Okay, so we're going to single crochet. Let me find the end right here. Single crochet in that last, we're calling that a V-stitch. Single crochet, and then we chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're going to single crochet right back into it, and that's the first of the 2 petals we're going to make, because this is an end, so we're only making 2 petals. Okay, so that we have a nice straight edge, our next petal is going to be made like this. Chain 2 and then double crochet into that same space. Okay, so that will make our 2 petals. Okay. And then we're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to turn. And now this is going to be row 3. So this is the second row of the 2-row repeat. Repeat rows 2 and 3. So we're on row 3. So we're going to go in back in this space with a double crochet. Okay, so that's going to count as a V-stitch. Let me put this down a little bit better. Okay, so you made those 2 petals at the end of the last row. You've chained 4, and you've turned your work, so that 4 counts as a double crochet, chain 1, and then we put a double crochet into that last petal. So that's a V-stitch we just put in there. All right, so now we've done that. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go to the next design stitch, which was a V-stitch, and we're going to put a flower in there. Okay, so we need to chain the 3 first to get over there. 1, 2, 3. There's our V-stitch over here. So we're going to put a single crochet in there. Chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Single crochet back in the V-stitch. And that's our first petal. We're making 3 petals. We only make 2 at the ends of the rows. And we make 3 petals in the middle of our garment, or our project. All right, so that's 1 petal. And then we're going to chain 4. Put a single crochet back in that V-stitch. So now we have 2 petals. Chain 4. And put our single crochet back in that V-stitch. Okay, we have our 3 petals. Now chain 3. 1, 2, 3. And now we're over to our flower over here. Middle petal, we're going to put a V-stitch So it's a double crochet, chain 1, and a double crochet. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, we're going to our, let me just get this straightened out. That's better. It likes to fold over on itself, so you kind of have to pull that V-stitch back up. All right, so we're going to make our flower in that V-stitch. So single crochet, chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then put our single crochet to finish off that petal. That's our first petal there. Chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, single crochet back in that space. Now we have 2 petals. Chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, single crochet back into that space, and we have our 3-petaled flower. Chain 3 to get to where we need to go. Chain 3. We're going to go over to this flower from the previous row and put a V-stitch in the center petal. Double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. Then we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Then we're going to go over to our V-stitch and put a flower. So single crochet and then chain 4, single crochet back in that space, that V-stitch, chain 4, single crochet back into that V-stitch, chain 4 one more time, and put single crochet back into that V-stitch. So we've made our 3-petaled flower. Okay, then chain 3, 1, 2, 3. All right, so we're up to where we have the 2-petaled flower at the end. So when you come to your 2-petaled flower at the very end, what you want to do is put a V-stitch into that petal right on the end. Okay, so that's a double crochet, chain 1, and a double crochet. Just a simple V-stitch. So now that is the end of row 3. So we're going to repeat rows 2 and 3. So at the end of row 3 here, we're going to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And turn our work. Okay, so in this V-stitch, we want to make half a flower. 2/3 of a flower. We want to make 2 petals. So we've chained 5 and turned. So now what we're going to do is single crochet into that V-stitch. Just single crochet into that V-stitch. So that's the first petal we've made. Okay, and then we're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to single crochet back into that V-stitch. And there we have our 2/3 of a flower. We have 2 petals. Okay, then we're going to chain 3, and then we're just going to do what we've been doing. Going to put a V-stitch in that center petal of the flower. So that's a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 3, okay, then we go over to our next little design, which is a V-stitch. So we're going to put a flower into that V-stitch. So that's a single crochet. Okay, we put a single crochet in the V-stitch. I'm going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Put a single crochet back in that V-stitch. So we have our first petal of the flower. Chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we single crochet back in the V-stitch. That's our second petal. Chain 4. Single crochet back in the V-stitch. You know what I find a little bit easier is move that over, your petals over, and then single crochet. And it's just easier to make the single crochet. So now we have 3 petals, and then we're going to chain 3, and then we're going to go to our next flower and put a V-stitch in that center petal. Simple V-stitch. Double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. Chain 3. Then go over to our next V-stitch, make our flower. Single crochet, 1, 2, 3, 4, chain 4, single crochet, our first petal, chain 4, single crochet, that's our second petal, chain 4, 2, 3, 4, and single crochet, and all in that V-stitch, and that is our third petal. Okay, then you chain 3 to get over to your next little design here, which is the flower. So you're going to put a V-stitch in the center petal. So that's a double crochet, chain 1, and a double crochet. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3. And then in the very end here, right here, we have a V-stitch. So what we do at this end, and I'm going to write this in the description box, what you do when you see a V-stitch, because admittedly, I got a little mixed up myself, so I had to take notes. So I'm going to put those notes in the description box for you. This is row 4, so this is a repeat of row 2. Okay, so we have a V-stitch at the end. So we're going to single crochet in that V-stitch. We're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And single crochet back into that V-stitch. So that's our first petal. Then we're going to chain 2 and then put a double crochet right back in that V-stitch. And that's going to be our 2 petals that we make at the end, right? 2 petals of our flower. And when you look at it like this, it makes a straight edge. That's why we do that. Chain 2 and then a double crochet. And then we will chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're going to be repeating row 3. Okay, so all we need in here is a V-stitch in that first petal there. So we did our chain 4, and then we're just going to double crochet right into that petal. Okay, so now we have our V-stitch. So then we chain 3, and then we're going to go to our V-stitch here and put our flower. Single crochet, chain 4, and single crochet. It's our first petal, chain 4, and then single crochet. It's our second petal of our flower, chain 4, and single crochet. Okay, so we've made our 3 petal flower, chain 3, 1, 2, 3. And the next is our flower. So in the center, make a V-stitch. Center petal of the flower, make a V-stitch. Double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 3, and continue on doing that. And like I said, I'll put the ends, what you do when you come across a V-stitch, what you do at the end, or when you come across a 2-petaled flower. I will put that in the description box too, what you do at the end. Okay, so this is how it looks. Look at this. Now it's actually looking like something. Oh, put it in camera view. Okay, so I have made 1, 2, 3, 4, and started on the 5th row. And this is how it looks. I think it's so pretty. So this will be the front. I'll turn around and show you the back. I mean, it's reversible. There you go. So I hope you enjoy this tutorial. I absolutely love this stitch. Love it. What do you think? All right, now I'm at the end of my 39th row. You make as many rows as you want for whatever length you want that goes from behind your neck to your waist or your hips or wherever you want it to go. And the reason I stopped on a odd number is because this is the front. This is the front of my piece. This is where I started. I had a tail here at the left-hand side. I sewed it in. But yeah, so we're going to do a border. We're going to do it all the way around all 4 sides. All right, this is how we're going to work it. I made a flower in the last stitch there. I'm going to chain my 3. 1, 2, 3. Now at every corner, I want to have a flower. And I'm going to be doing the flower in every spot. Where I have the V-stitch, I'll do a flower. Where I have a flower, I'll do a flower. And so on. I'll show you. Okay. So I want to do a flower. So I'm going to go into that very last loop. I'm going to make a single crochet. I'm going to chain the 4 like normal. Okay, that's 1 petal. 1, 2, 3, 4. Single crochet. 1, 2, 3, come on. 3, 4. Single crochet. Okay, that's our 3-petaled flower. And I want to go around the corner, so I'm going to chain 3. And then I'm going to put another flower in that same spot. So single crochet, chain 4, single crochet, chain 4, single crochet, chain 4, and single crochet. All right, now I have 2 3-petaled flowers that are separated by a chain 3. Okay, so it goes all the way around the corner. All right, now we're going to chain 3. And now when you get to the side here, I'm going to skip 2 spaces. There's one there, and I'm going to go into the next one with a flower. So single crochet, chain 4, single crochet, chain 4, single crochet, chain 4, and single crochet. Okay, there I have my flower, 3-petaled flower. And then chain 3, always chain 3 between them. And we went into this space, so now we're going to skip 1, 2 spaces, go in the 3rd space with a flower. Okay, there's our 3-petaled flower. Chain 3 after it. 1, 2, 3. Skip 2 spaces. 1, 2. Go in the 3rd one with a flower. Continue doing that all the way around this edge, and then I will meet you at the next corner. Now I'm coming to the end of that first row of border. So I made my flower, I chained 3, skip 2 spaces, go into the next one with a flower. 1, 2, 3, 4. Single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4. Single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4. Single crochet. Okay, we have our 3 petals, and then right here is where our starting chain is, and we only have 1 space to skip, so I'm just going to chain a 2 instead of 3, and then I'm going to go into this, like into this space where this chain is, with a flower, chain 3, and a flower. Okay, that's what we're going to do in every corner. Single crochet, chain 4, single crochet, chain 4, single crochet, chain 4, single crochet. Okay, so we have our 3 petals, and then chain 3, which is going to separate our flowers. We're going to make another flower right in that same spot. So single crochet, chain 4, single crochet, chain 4, single crochet, chain 4. Okay, we have our flowers separated by, our 2 flowers, sorry, separated by a chain 3. Did I make enough here? 1, 2, 3 petals, a chain 3. Oh, I need to make another flower. It's good to double check those flowers, guys. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Chain 3. Okay, So now we're going to be working along this chain, but we are going to so the next one, this is a V-stitch. Normally you would put a flower, which is what we're going to do, but we're going to put a flower in every one. So make sure you chain 3 and just go right into that space under your chain and make a flower. Okay, that's your 3-petaled flower. Chain 3. And then this one is a flower. You would normally put a V-stitch, but we're putting flowers in every one of them. So just go through that chain space there and make a flower. That's all we're going to be doing along this row. And I'm going to meet you at the end of this row. All the rows are the same going around. I'm just letting you know where to place your things and how many chains. Normally it's 3, like we're doing 3. But at that one corner, I only did 2 because I only had 1 space to skip instead of 2. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. And the next one, just go around that chain. Put your flower in there. And so on. I'll meet you at the corner. I've made my last flower for this row. This is the second row of the border. I've chained 3, and right at the end here is the space we're going to go into to make our flowers, 2 flowers separated by chain 3, just like before. Okay, just show you that again. Okay, I have a single crochet, chain 4, a single crochet, chain 4, single crochet, chain 4, single crochet. Okay, it's our first flower in that corner with the 3 petals. Then we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3. That's just a separation, and then we're going to make another flower. So single crochet, chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, single crochet, chain 4, single crochet. I think I need 1 more petal. See, I have 3 petals, chain 3, and then I've made 2 petals, so I need 1 more, chain 4, and then single crochet. My yarn's getting caught up. Okay, so that takes us around the corner. Okay, so now chain 3, skip 2 spaces, 1, 2, go in the third one with a flower like we did before on the other side. Chain 3 after your flower, skip 2 spaces, go in the next one with a flower, and I'll meet you at the end of this row. Now I'm close to the end of the third side. I made a flower, chain 3. I'm going to skip 1, 2, 3 spaces. I'm sorry, I'm going to miss skip 2 spaces, 1, 2, and work in the third one, a flower. Okay, that was a single crochet, chain 4, single crochet, same as before. 1, 2, 3, 4, single crochet, 1, 2, 3, 4, single crochet, okay, so that's 3-petaled flower, and then we just have 1 more space to skip, and then we're going to work in the corner. So I'm just going to chain 2 to get across that space, and then we're going to make our flowers, 2 flowers separate by that chain 3 between them. So show you that again. Okay, so that's 2 petals. Three petals, and a chain 3, and then a single crochet, chain 4, single crochet, chain 4, single crochet, and chain 4, single crochet, just like before. So make sure you count your petals, 1, 2, 3, chain 3, 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so the next spot we're going to is into this flower. So chain 3, and we're just going to make a flower into that center petal. See, it has the 3 petals. Go in that center petal and make a flower. We're on the home stretch, guys. This is the last row we have to do for our border. Okay, chain 3 afterwards, make your 3 petals, and then chain 3. And your next one is a V-stitch. So just make a flower right in the middle of that V-stitch. And then chain 3. And there's a flower, put a flower, because we're putting flowers all the way along. So put a flower in the middle of that, in that middle petal. Put a flower. So I'll meet you at the end of this row. Now I'm at the end of the last side of my border. Side 4. I've made my flower. I'm going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Here's our cute little flower corner. I'm just going to slip stitch right into that single crochet. Just like that, and then chain 1, cut our yarn and sew in the end. And we are done. We are done. So you can start wearing it and enjoying it. Telling people, I made this. So thank you so much for watching the tutorial. I hope you liked it. If you like it, please click like and subscribe and share on your social media, your Facebook, your wherever you can share, Twitter if you're on there, Instagram, wherever you can share. I would really appreciate that. Now right up here somewhere you're going to see a playlist of all my tutorials if you'd like to check that out as well. All right, thank you so much.